This is Justin, the Flipping Accountant. Got a different kind of video for you today. If this is your first time to my channel, thanks for coming. I am a CPA who works full-time, and in my part-time, I am an online at Amazon and eBay reseller, and I also do different side hustles to make extra money. So today what I did was I'm going to be showing you how I traded something and tried to get more money out of it than it was originally worth. So this idea was in no way stolen from Mr. Caleb at Phoenix Resale. He posted a couple of videos about this where he was trading Nintendo Switches for other stuff on Facebook, and I said, hey, I'm going to give that a try. So shout out to Caleb for his great videos. If you haven't seen them, go check it out. Anyways, what I did today was I took a Nintendo Switch Lite, and the one I actually traded was blue. This one's gray here. But basically what I did was I put up a Facebook post saying, hi, I've got a brand new Nintendo Switch Lite looking for trades. You know, it's brand new, so the MSRP is worth about 200 bucks plus tax. So say about, 212, 218, depending on where you're at. And basically the idea or the goal is to trade it into other video game stuff to try to get as much value as I can out of it. Because if I sell it as is, I know what I'm going to get. But maybe I can trade it to somebody who doesn't have cash or has some extra video game stuff that they want to get rid of. So that's what I did. So I posted it on the Facebook Marketplace, and if you've never done this before, asking for trades, I mean, you're basically just inviting crazy offers or weird offers or kind of crazy people to send out messages to you, and it definitely brings people out of the woodwork. When they see the word trade, they're like, well, man, I can trade all sorts of stuff for this. A few people, ironically, normally when people message me and say, hey, would you take something to trade? Normally I say, oh yeah, I'll take cash. But this goes against the grain for me, because this time I was actually trying to trade for stuff. So I had a couple people say, hey, would you take cash? And I said, sure, what are you offering? And then they never got back to me, which I ideally wasn't the goal anyways. So, but we had a few offers. So just kind of give you an idea of the response that I got. I posted my ad with the blue Nintendo Switch Lite, and I got a total of 17 messages within like a half an hour, like ping, 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 ping. Like they just kind of come in nonstop when people are trying to trade stuff because they can get it for no money out of pocket. So some of the rejected offers that I didn't take, one guy offered me a PlayStation 2 with a couple PlayStation 1s, which didn't really do anything for me. I had another guy offer me a Nintendo Wii with a Super Nintendo mod, which I'm assuming means there's, a couple hundred games on it or whatever. But the idea is for me to trade the Switch to get something that I can resell. So Wii's are doing really well right now, but a modded Switch, I don't think I'd get that much for, so I passed on that too. Had another guy message me with a Nintendo 64 and some other stuff, but I think the best trade that I was offered that I didn't take, which was kind of funny, was the guy said, hey man, I've got an original NES with Ninja Turtles and Mario Brothers. Let's make a deal. And I was just like, nope, thanks for the offer, but keep on keeping on. So, but it's just kind of time consuming going through these messages or whatever. But I did get one offer that really piqued my interest, and I made the trade, and I've got everything here. So I'm going to show you guys what I traded for. I'm going to tell you the total value of everything, and then I'll explain what I'm actually going to get for it after selling everything on probably Amazon and eBay, mostly Amazon, but I've got everything broken down, and we'll go through that right now. So just to start it off, as a reminder, what I did was I traded a brand new Nintendo Switch Lite for something else. I got a PS4 plus a bunch of games. So the Nintendo Switch Lite, I think I actually showed it in another video, but I actually picked it up for $100 at a liquidation store. But for the purposes of this experiment, I'm going to value it at $200 just to see what we could actually come up with. So the guy that messaged me with an offer, he offered me an original PlayStation 4 system, so the old school glossy PS4 system, 500 gigabyte system, plus a whole bunch of games. Now, this kind of seemed a little sketch. I was like, well, you know, kind of seems too good to be true because I was trying to get retro video game stuff, but hey, if it's a newer system, you know, I'll take a chance on it. So what it was PS4 system plus 16 games. And I always look at people's profiles. I looked at his Facebook profile, and he's a Twitch streamer. So not only does he works a full-time job and has a side gig, heyo, but his side hustle is being a streamer, and he's got his name plastered all over. He has a bunch of friends and all this kind of stuff. I was like, all right, so I've got a pretty good chance that this is legit. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through with this. So I'll show you guys what I got. So I got a PlayStation 4 old school console right here. And the problem is this old system is, the default is a 500 gigabyte system. And what he did was he modded this system. Basically, he removed the hard drive and he installed a 2 terabyte hard drive, which is great because it increases the storage space of the system. But it kind of hurts me in the sense that I can't really sell it on Amazon under that listing because it doesn't match the listing. I could put it in the condition that say, hey, it's got a upgraded hard drive, this, that, or the other thing, but I don't think I'm going to risk it. What I think I'm going to do is I have a 500 gigabyte system just like this. That is my original system I've had for several years. And I'm just going to sell that one and take this as an upgrade. So, I mean, they're worth about the same, but, at least that way I have something I can sell and I get to keep the one with the upgraded hard drive. So I've already tested it. It was completely wiped. He told me he did a factory reset. I've hooked it up to the internet. It's not locked or anything like that. And tested the Blu-ray drive, tested everything. It works great. So got the system, tested it, works great. Came with a controller. Came with power cord and an extra fan, which is kind of cool. He said that it helps because it has an increased storage capacity, so it can get hotter. So that and power cord and the charging cable for the controller. No HDMI cable, but I have a bunch of those, so it's not a problem. So anyways, this was the biggest part of the value for the trade. Now remember, I traded the Switch Lite, which MSRP is $200. So even though this is an older system, on Amazon right now, they are going for about $300 to $340, $350 in used condition. Now, if I send it into Amazon and I do FBA, the fees will be a little bit less, but I'll definitely make out on that right there. So what else did I get? I got about 16 games plus a few extra that I didn't know were in there until I kind of went through everything. But I will show you all the games and I'll tell you what the values are and then what I'm going to get after fees. So go ahead and see if this will focus. So got a bunch of games here. And I'll run through them real quick just to give you guys an idea of what's there. So what I did was I've got the price on Amazon as of today. Plus, because I love spreadsheets and I love figuring out how much I'm actually going to make, I've already got it calculated to what I'm actually going to get after fees and stuff. So run through these really quickly just because I don't want to take forever. But Horizon Zero Dawn, this is just a $10 game. I'll make $4 after fees. Kingdom Hearts 2.8. This is another $10 game, about $6 after fees. Sword Art Online. I didn't know what this was. I've never seen this one before, but this is a $20 game. I'll get about $12 after fees. Another Sword Art Online game. This is about $18 on Amazon, and I'll get about $10 after fees. This was one of the bigger value games here. This was a Spyro Trilogy. If I can get it to focus. There we go. Spyro Trilogy goes for about $30. After fees, I'll get about $21. Uncharted games. These are PlayStation 4 or PlayStation games that always sell really well. Uncharted Collection right here. That's going for $12. We'll make about $6 after fees. Uncharted 4 right here. And I'm kind of breaking the rules because right on the back it says not for resale. So kind of a rebel. This must have come with the system, but I'm going to resell it anyways, so don't tell anybody. Last of Us Remastered. The sequel will be coming out, is it later this year or next year? But the trailer just dropped, so I'm sure this will sell quick. This is a $12 game. Get about $6 after fees. Fallout 76, I'm a huge Fallout fan, but this game was actually terrible. This is only about a $10 game, but for some odd reason, this is restricted on Amazon. I'm not sure why this ASIN is restricted, but it just won't let me sell it. So probably have to put that on eBay. Get on to the next game, The Witcher Wild Hunt here. This is a $15 game. I'll get about $8 after fees. No Man's Sky is $25. Get about $15 after fees. And I did check. All of the discs are in really good condition, and they're not scratched or anything. I've got Elder Scrolls Online. This is about a $14 game. Get about $5 after fees. Destiny Collection. This is a $12 game. Get about $6 after fees. Destiny 2, which used to be a really good game, but this is actually worth nothing. Spoiler alert, Destiny 2 is free on the PlayStation, and I'm guessing the Xbox too, or the Xbox as well. But because of that, the disc and the game itself really aren't worth anything. So this was kind of a dud. Might just keep it for the case, but not actually worth anything. Also got Final Fantasy 15. I haven't played this one. I might have to keep this one and play it a little bit, but this was $12 and get about $6 after fees. Final Fantasy 12. This is about a $15 game. I'll get about $8 after fees. And don't worry if you're not keeping up with all the calculations here. I'll have a total here at the very end. So almost done. Also got Skyrim, $30 on Amazon FBA, and I'll get about $22 after fees. Then there was a few bonus games, which one I found in a case, which didn't come with its own case, but we've got Kingdom Hearts 3 right here, which is a $12 game. I'll put it in a generic case. Maybe I'll put it in the Destiny case just to mess with somebody. But I'll get about $7.50 after fees on that. And then in here we've got Final Fantasy X and X-2. And that's another $15 game, and I'll get about $10 after fees. So with all of the games here added up, and I went with used condition, going to go with good. The total gross for all of those games, I'll go ahead and add it up real quick. I've got my spreadsheet here. So the total gross on Amazon is $284.99 for just the games here. But we're not just looking at the gross. You want to know, or I want to know, how much profit am I actually going to make? Like, is this actually worth my time? So that's the gross. So after fees for shipping into Amazon and paying the Amazon fees and all that stuff, I will get approximately $167 for all of these games right here. So, you know, cash in hand, if everything sells at the current price, which likely they won't, likely they'll fluctuate a little bit, but games are selling really fast right now, make about $167 on this stuff right here. Also, we've got the PlayStation 4 that I'm going to sell, my old one, but it's just the same as this. That is right now, I'm going to go in the middle of the road, about $330, and then after fees and stuff, that's about $290. So altogether, the total gross value for everything is about $615. Now that's total gross value. So, you know, everything, that's the total selling price, which is pretty good considering the Nintendo Switch Lite had a total gross value of $200, $212, whatever. So then you take off the Amazon fees, you take off the shipping and all that kind of stuff. So the total value in my pocket that I'm expecting, the total for all of that stuff, for the games and for the system, is $457.53. Now that's pretty darn good considering I just started with a $200 system just like this, and I'm going to turn it into $450. Now if you minus the $200 unit here, then I'm going to make $250 profit, clean and clear after all that stuff. So really, all in all, not a bad trade. I feel like that was pretty good. I came out ahead. The guy was real happy that bought it. He was going to give it to his brother, which was kind of ironic because he was thinking he might have to get him a different one because he didn't know the Switch Lite didn't dock to the TV. But he was happy to get it anyway, so he was happy to get rid of this PlayStation stuff. And I was happy to, trade him for it. So overall, I did pretty good. I more than doubled my money on one trade. It didn't take that much time. It probably took more time to list the stuff, test the system, ship it to FBA, drive 5 minutes out of my way to meet this guy and make the video and all this stuff than it actually took to, make the trade itself and take one picture. So yeah, so $457 minus 200 initial investment, I'm going to make $250 profit on this stuff. Is it worth it? Just kind of breaking it down like this, it looks like it is on paper. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I'm going to make more money doing this than I would have if I just sold the system by itself. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth it. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to go and buy systems and try to flip it like this. This was just something I wanted to give a try. And I think it turned out well. I mean, other people have shown that the idea works, but it's just like anything else. It's like, how much time and energy are you going to invest in something? So I spent, say, a couple hours doing this, recording this, listing the games, listing the system and all that stuff. So if I'm making $250 profit, I only got a couple hours into it. Well, $100 an hour is really not bad. So I'm pretty happy with that. So would I do it again? I believe that I would. Let me know if you enjoyed the video, if you'd like to see more stuff like this. I was trying to come up with a good name for it, and I've got a couple different ideas, trading for profit or trading for value, because, I'm trying to look at value here, but really, essentially, I'm concerned with the profit. So let me know if you've enjoyed it, if you'd like to see more videos like this. I think I'm going to do at least one more, so look for another video. I'm going to put this trade bait out there and see if we can get some more people interested. And I'll probably wait till I have a little free time to mess with it. But this was another one that I got, and this one I actually got from a trade-in store. This one was like $0 out of pocket because I traded in a bunch of DVDs and CDs, and now I'm going to turn this into more money. So look for another video on this. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, leave a message. Would you have done the trade? Would you have held out for something more? Have you made a trade like this or done something like this? Or do you have suggestions on how to improve this process? Let me know. So I'd be happy to discuss, and I'd be excited to hear your thoughts. So again, my name is Justin, the Flipping Accountant. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.